Assembly will now hear a statement by His Excellency Hassan Ali Kheyre, Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Somalia. May I request protocol to escort His Excellency. I have great pleasure in welcoming His Excellency Hassan Ali Kheyre, Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Somalia, and I now invite him to address the General Assembly.
Thank you. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General of the United Nations, honorable delegates, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to address the 72nd session of the United Nations General Assembly. I bring you warm greetings and good wishes from our President, His Excellency Mohammed Abdullahi Mohammed Farmajo, and the entire government and people of the Republic of Somalia. Such groups should be redoubled. In Somalia, we've made significant strides, which we have weakened the capability of Al-Shabaab. In this regard, I would like to thank AMISOM for their sacrifice, unfailing support, dedication and solidarity in the fight against the Shabaab. To ensure the sustainability of such gains, we focused on strengthening the military capability of our national security forces. However, the arms embargo imposed against Somalia is a severe limitation towards this objective. The federal government of Somalia will continue to work with the Security Council and relevant actors on our roadmap towards lifting the arms embargo. Poverty and lack of education and livelihood opportunities remain also contributing factors to the growth of violent extremism. Across the world, disillusioned youth are at heightened risk of exploitation by criminal networks, including terrorists. The urgent need to invest in education, skills building, and livelihood opportunities for our youth is crucial. Addressing these key strategic elements to counter terrorism is an enormous task, which requires a holistic approach and resources to match. We continue to call upon friends of Somalia to help us in this important undertaking. Mr. President, we cannot talk about sustainable planet without demonstrating commitment to make this world livable for ourselves and the future generation. Somalia is one of the countries ravaged by a vicious cycle of man-made and natural disasters created directly by environmental degradation. Rains are scarce, leading to crop failure and death of livestock, which subsequently leads to drought and famine. Currently, the humanitarian situation of millions of Somalis remains fragile, as the bite of the current drought, which still threatens to develop into famine, continues. Our National Development Plan stipulates a clear and realistic roadmap to breaking this vicious cycle. However, Somalia and many other countries who are on the receiving end of climate change are unable to find the resources required to tackle this ever-growing problem. In this regard, we urge all member states to continue improving the Paris Climate Agreement, which has the potential to mitigate the effects of climate change. Similarly, developing countries such as ourselves need investment in long-term initiatives, including infrastructure, development, water conservation, innovative food and livestock production, and creation of livelihood opportunities. Mr. President, we need to get a better streamlining global development and aid structures, especially for fragile states. We need to revisit the prevailing paradigms and take bold and innovative steps to improve this architecture. The New Deal, engagement in fragile states agreed in South Korea in 2011, was certainly a great step in that direction. Somalia fully embraced this agreement. Yet, with all its strength, the New Deal for fragile states needs improvement. That said, the mutual accountability principles embedded in the framework are exactly what fragile countries like us need. Oftentimes, pledges are made only to be neglected later. That should not happen, as fragile countries rely on such support to rebuild their state. Conversely, development partners are often frustrated with the weak transparency and accountability institutions that exist in fragile states. That is a legitimate concern, and we as a fragile nations need to do better by tackling corruption and plugging the leakage. Somalia has recently taken bold steps to address corruption. The anti-corruption bill, critical for putting in place measures for good governance and accountability, has been approved by my cabinet and tabled for enactment to the Parliament. The leadership of my nation has also reiterated its zero tolerance to corruption. Also relating to this issue and funding generally, we must find predictable funding for non-UN peacekeeping missions. This is particularly true for AMISOM in Somalia. For over a decade, they have registered tremendous success, yet they continue to operate in uncertainty of funding each year. We believe that investment in peacekeeping is worthy investment in peace building and state building. And we have seen the positive outcomes of this investment in Somalia. I look forward to engaging our partners on this matter in the coming weeks and months. Mr. President, distinguished delegates, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, in these United Nations is the human rights. We are working hard to ensure the respect for human rights of all people. The establishment of institutions such as the National Human Rights Commission that is mandated to protect and promote human rights will be a significant step towards this direction. Vital legislation on human rights such as the soon-to-be approved Sexual Offences Bill provide the tools to fight impunity of sexual perpetrators. And even though we are fond of our tradition, it should never be a reason to condone impunity, and my government is determined to find ways to harmonize our traditional dispute resolution and our conventional justice system in a manner that respects the human rights of its people. Mr. President, the United Nations continues to be the world's most important and common platform for nations to develop and strengthen bilateral and multilateral relations. It is a core UN principle for states to respect each other's political independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity. It is a principle that should be promoted and upheld at all times for a sustainable planet, and that will take a collective recognition that what happens in one corner of the world impacts another corner of the world. Thank you, and may Allah bless you all.
On behalf of the General Assembly, I wish to thank the Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Somalia for the statement just made, and I request protocol to escort His Excellency.